My name is Chrissy. I'm an apprentice carpenter. I have a 1-year-old son. Well, my son's like the best part of my day, so when I pick him up, it's like happiness in my heart. So I didn't think I can have kids because I was married. I was married for 10 years and we never had kids. But during that time, I was going through a lot of problems in the relationship. So I used to be an alcoholic, and that led to other things. So my mom and dad were alcoholics and drug addicts. I could have ended that up, that way too, because that's how my whole mom's side of the family is. So they always say, break the cycle, break the cycle. Having my son in my life changed how I think about and see things clearly, because I am, not doing those things. I'm not drinking, I'm not doing drugs, because I don't want him to be in that situation. I want to be there for him. So I always thought it was maybe my fault I couldn't have kids, but that wasn't true. Ended up meeting somebody else and got pregnant pretty quick. I only knew maybe 3 months. So when I found that out, I was like, wow, like I'm pregnant, like what am I gonna do? I told my friend, I told some of my family members, and one of my ex-sister-in-laws was like, oh, you need to get an abortion, you're not ready for kids. And one of my friends told me about, she was listening to the radio, and Alternatives Pregnancy Center came up, and she sent me the number right away. I called, and Marissa told me to come by. She introduced herself, and I came by, and she was really there to listen, wasn't there to judge, because I thought, those places were like, all right, you're gonna get an abortion, you just go in and get an abortion, that's it. I didn't know you actually sit down and have a whole conversation. And when I left, Marissa told me that, I'm gonna give you some time, think about everything. You're not making you make a decision right away. There's no rush. This is what you want to do, not what other people want you to do. That was like the best. Like I needed that at that time. So I was going through a lot, and she told me all kinds of information about what I can do, what they're there for, what they offer, and everything. That was like, if anybody else was going through what I was going through at that time, I would recommend them right away. So I was alone through my whole pregnancy, besides having my auntie go with me to some of my appointments. But I didn't invite my baby's father because he wasn't there. He only went to 2 appointments and maybe bought groceries 2 times. But he never showed enough support for me to feel like I needed him there. Being at home and alone, and it hurts to be like that, especially being pregnant. But at the same time, I wasn't stressed. I was sad, but not sad where I'm affecting the baby. Or I try to be happy and rest a lot. I did do a lot of sleeping. It was a life-changing event for sure, having a kid. I didn't know how hard it actually is to raising a child. He just turned 1 on the 16th. And let me tell you, it's crazy how fast it goes. Because from being a little infant and having him like cry all the time and feeding him every 3 hours to sleeping the whole night now and trying to get into everything, it's a ride. But I love it. I wouldn't change it for anything else. After he was born, when I first started going to work, I think I was off of work for maybe 4 months. I was trying to get unemployment, but the roofing company I worked for, they didn't want to give me all the money, so I was only getting like maybe $200. I had enough to pay the bills and had a little bit of savings saved up, so that helped too. But my auntie did help take my son to daycare the first couple months, and then she's 65 years old, so it's tiring on her to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, 4:30 in the morning, so I can be to work by 6. The negative part of being a mother, you don't have any time to yourself. The positive part is that you have a little human that loves you unconditionally. They say that children come into our lives for a reason, and I believe it's true. Like he's a big blessing, because maybe I would have went back to drinking and doing the things I used to do, but now that I do have him, he's more of a motivation to just keep pushing forward and doing positive things. I would say we all have choices to make, and if you want a child, or if you don't know if you want to keep a child, to talk to somebody that knows about what you're going through. if you feel hopeless and scared and you just want an easy way out to like stop and think and try to find help, because there is plenty of help out there. I know that it is scary when you do get pregnant or go through a situation like that and you didn't want to get pregnant. There's resources out there that can help, and I feel like Marissa was there at the right time.